I've been involved with Breakthrough for the past 4 years, basically my entire high school experience. And just a quick disclaimer, I'm currently recovering from a concussion, so just excuse my use of notes. So my Breakthrough journey started in 9th grade. Every Saturday morning, I would wake up with my sister and we would drive to the Miller Drive campus of Gulliver Prep, where I volunteered as a 7th grade teacher. I still remember those early mornings filled with icebreakers, science lessons, and the feeling that half of us were still asleep at 8:30 in the morning. But that was really my first taste of Breakthrough, and little did I know where this journey would take me today. At the same time, I was still discovering my passion for business through the Gulliver Prep Signature Business Elective at my school. By 10th grade, while taking entrepreneurship, I realized how lucky I was to have access to a program like that at such a young age, something that the vast majority of students in Miami-Dade County don't get. And that really stuck out to me. And I thought, how can I take what I'm learning and share it with students who don't have access to those same opportunities? So I decided to create something new. I founded Entrepreneur Outreach, originally a breakthrough business speaker series that I would bring to the scholars. I brought in Miami entrepreneur Matt Hagman, some of you may know him, and together he talked about what it means to be an entrepreneur in Miami. It was an incredible event. Not only were the scholars inspired, but I was learning alongside them. But I wanted to go further. I knew that Breakthrough already had its business plan challenge for 8th graders, where students presented their plan to a panel of judges at the end of the year. And that was the light bulb moment for me, kind of when all the cards fell into place. I thought, what if I create a curriculum where Gulliver Prep business students mentor these Breakthrough scholars, teaching them skills to help them prepare for that competition. At the end of the day, we were doing something so similar, and I knew that there were so many peers at my school with so much knowledge to share. So that's exactly what I did. I recruited peers from the National Business Honor Society at Gulliver, many of them older than me at the time, and together we designed and taught a curriculum to the 8th grade scholars. That first year, one of the teams we mentored actually ended up winning first place in the competition, and seeing them succeed and knowing that we helped pave the way for them was truly incredible. In 11th grade, things kept growing. At Gulliver, we were running sessions, students were passionate, and everything was clicking. Then in the middle of the year, Miss Diana Barrientos, who was assistant site director at Gulliver at the time, moved from Gulliver to the Miami Country Day site. I reached out to her to see how she was doing with her move, and I joked by saying, how can I get up there to teach? She took me seriously and invited me to bring the program up to Miami Country Day. So 2 Saturdays this past spring, my peers and I made that long-hour drive up I-95 to Miami Country Day to teach. And once again, those scholars were incredible. In fact, one of the teams we mentored up there ended up winning first place at the Business Plan competition this past April, while my Gulliver group placed third. Without Ms. Barrientos, none of this expansion would have been possible. She's truly the person who believed in me first and helped me build the foundation for Entrepreneur Outreach at multiple sites. The moment that will always stick out to me was when I was sitting in the audience at the business plan competition at this past April, watching those scholars who just weeks earlier were learning from me and my team present their ideas with such passion and confidence reminded me of when I once presented my own business plan proposals. That was really their breakthrough, and knowing I played even a small role in their journey made it entirely worth it. So this past summer, things took another turn. I literally bumped into Mr. Weber Charles at a college fair. Funny how things worked out like that. And he asked me what I was planning to do this summer. I wanted to tell him I wanted to sleep till noon and play golf with my grandfather every day, but instead I answered with, I'm not sure. He then asked if I wanted to spend the summer as an entrepreneurship teaching fellow at the Breakthrough U site. My answer was, let me think about it. Yeah, no, of course it was. Though my grandfather would miss playing golf with someone who gave him a stroke on every hole. That's okay. And that's how I became one of 2 high school teaching fellows on staff at BTU this summer, teaching alongside college students from some of the top universities in the country. It was an unforgettable experience as I spent the summer doing something I truly loved, surrounded by world-class peers, and every day I saw scholars growing. And it was when that same feeling returned. Watching the scholars I spent 7 weeks with present their ideas with even greater passion, I realized that this was the most rewarding experience of my young life. Now as a senior, the program continues to grow. I'll be teaching Entrepreneur Outreach at 3 different sites, Gulliver, Carrollton, and Miami Country Day. And more importantly, I'll be passing down the program to 2 younger scholars, both Breakthrough scholars, and both in 9th grade at Gulliver, who I've mentored over the past couple of years. They will carry this legacy of Entrepreneur Outreach forward after I graduate. So looking back, I often think about something David Lawrence, founder of the Children's Trust, once told me. He said, education is the most important thing because no matter how much you think you know, there is always an opportunity to learn more. And that has really defined my time with Breakthrough, because even though I stood at the front of the room as the teacher, I was constantly learning from my peers, from the staff, and most of all from the scholars themselves. So as I close, I want to flip the perspective and bring up something I often say. People always ask me what volunteers like me give to Breakthrough. But the truth is, Breakthrough has given me so much more than I have ever given to it. It has shaped me as a leader, as a teacher, as an innovator, and most importantly, as a learner. And for that, I'm eternally grateful. Thank you so much.